Okay, so today I'm going to be introducing a new format that I can just do at random because I really couldn't decide what to play. So I'll pick the most popular category on Twitch and kind of do that as my category. So in this case, it's just chatting. So I'm doing just chatting now, but I might just do that to introduce and look at some of them. And of course, if it's something I played before, maybe I'll skip it, or if I played it ad nauseum, you know. GTA is interesting because it's usually because of either modding or RP. Right, it's not really because of the game itself, which is kind of sad commentary for Rockstar, because it's like, why should people need to use their own external modding, or especially the RP, when that should just be something that's in GTA Online already, or in RP, you know. It should be something that Rockstar already has in the game, and then you would just do it. You shouldn't need all this other external servers and no pixel and whatever. It should be something they're doing themselves. That's a missed opportunity because of how insanely popular it is. And as somebody who does RP or likes RP in the past, it's a little gatekeeping weird the way it's done, right? There's a lot of bias. Like, pretend you're a really good RPer, which I'm not even saying I am, but I've done some good stuff in the past. It's like there are these really experienced RPers who won't get into a server, but then XQC will because he's bigger. And then I love when people try to rationalize that too. Well, duh, of course they want that because they want more eyeballs and more, you know, they're doing it for the views. Like, yeah, like that's a matter of fact sense. Yeah, obviously that's why they're doing it, but that doesn't mean that you have to like it. You know, like when people, big streamers get like beta keys or something early, like, oh, obviously they gave it to big streamers rather than ordinary people, even if they were in line before or whatever. Oh, they're doing that because they want more attention to the game. They're doing it for marketing reasons. Like, yes, they might be doing it for that reason, but that doesn't mean it's a good, you know, that you have to like that or that that's good. I love that matter of fact explanation. Oh, the reason why I started a company and I charged 1,000% margin is because I wanted to make money, you see. Oh, of course, that makes sense. That doesn't mean that you have to defend the practice or enjoy the practice. So Overwatch 2 season 15, I don't see how it could be season 15 already. Like, when did that come out? They came out in like mid 2023. But yeah, I'll just look through these. We're doing this as a starting category. This is just some random thing I decided to do because I don't know. There's so many things I want to do, but I never am able to decide on the spur of the moment, right? What exact series I want to do. If I don't have a ton of time, it makes it feel like a little underwhelming. But no, my point is that it's like a double-edged sword too. You might think, well, you might think that, oh, doing the most popular category is going to be very good. It means you'll get more views. Oh, you're doing it to bait views and stuff like that, right? But it can be a double-edged sword. Sometimes that can be the case, but sometimes it can be bad because that means it's such a competitive category, right? Like, oh, if you're doing the RP or whatever, GTA, it's more competitive. So, like, on one hand, a lot of people are watching it, so there's more of an audience, so you might get more views that way. But on the flip side, it's more competitive, so everybody's doing it, so why would they watch you instead of some bigger, more successful streamer, right? So the standard is different and higher. So the one thing that you can sometimes do that's a good principle is choose a category. Like PvZ Heroes was a great example of this, and I'm not even saying it to mock the game, but it's like, this game was very dead and nobody was ever streaming it aside from, yeah, Fry 'em Up. I was even gonna say there's one or two big streamers who do it, but generally speaking, I can't believe how consistent he is. But then again, I guess if you're known for it, that's one thing I like actually about my style, is that I'm never known for like one thing. I'm known for a type of thing. Maybe like I could have been known for my debate format, or I could have been known for my hard modes or permadeath, but that's very broad. Like, you can do a hard mode off anything. You can do a permadeath off anything, right? It's not like I'm doing it just of one game or one series, right? To just these streamers, Bastion main, more like me, am I right? Fucking clown. Everybody would get mad at me for playing as Bastion. Holy shit. I can't remember if I ever interacted with him. I think he was in my chat at one time. Maybe. Just because I was doing PvZ so much. But no, the point is that PvZ Tryhard was in there a couple times. The point is that you pick a category like this because it has a passionate fan base, right? Really passionate community, but nobody's actually streaming. So it's like you're, again, not that you're taking advantage, but like you're filling a void, so the standard is sort of lower. See, this is where I'm so objective too. That series did really well for me, right? But I'm not even taking credit by saying, oh, it's because I'm so good at card games or because I'm so interesting or funny or commentary or whatever. I'm not even taking credit. I'm being objective and even saying the reason why it was successful, right? Again, it could be that, oh, it's a dead category, so nobody's going to watch it because if there was an audience and more people would be doing it. But this is one of those instances where sometimes it's better to do the smaller categories, the lesser known ones, because then there's less competition, right? There's nobody else doing it, so you'll be the only one, and you can build a community from that. So that's just an opposite interpretation principle, right? Should you do a more popular category that's more competitive, or should you do a smaller category that's sort of dead and unknown so that you'll be the best of it, right? Would you rather be the best at the be the best at a dead category, or be the worst at a very bustling category? Right, it's like the bottom feeder effect in chess. Would I rather be the best player on Chess Hotel, like some obscure site that nobody plays on, or would I rather be the worst player on Chess.com, or like a bad player on Chess.com? But no, I'm totally out of ideas for what to do. What is this game? I saw some ads on it or something before, and I forgot. Still better than the movie Cats, starring Taylor Swift and whoever else, some big pop stars, Rebel Wilson and stuff that everybody hated so much. With Your Destiny. The title is like deliberately a play on what you doing, like the little slang that we use in text. So I don't mind doing this, but like I don't know what I don't know. This is so weird. Like, what do people do in just chatting so much? I guess they react to stuff, which in a way I always have a principle against doing that. Like, oh, you might get in trouble or you might get banned, but more to the point, just generally, I don't like doing that because it feels like you're stealing their content if you show it, right? I'm just not the type of person to do that. As somebody who did like movie reviews and stuff in the past, I very rarely would show stuff from there, or it'd be very like editorialized, like in a 30-minute video, you'd show like 1 minute of it or something. But yeah, as far as my channel, it's like, oh yeah, see, I just did one there where it's like, I reacted to the Super Bowl party, or I mean, there's like a category, right, where I did this, and this got like 300 views on the VOD, which is the most I think I've ever gotten on this channel. I got like 120 at 1.4. Oh, they weren't even using that as a category though. It won't even show it. It's a case where I got like 300 views for that though, right, just randomly, because it must have been such a category. While I was doing it, I didn't get too many, I guess, concurrent viewers, although like 300 plus people did go in there, like total, which was a lot compared to normal. But yeah, we're doing the first category here, just chatting, so assuming this is here the next time. And of course, that game I just did yesterday, Avowed, a new game, but unfortunately I died, and it was a first playthrough permadeath, so I can't play it again. Right, like it's doing okay, but I'm surprised new games don't do better than that. And 12.9 is just kind of okay, but Tibia is insanely high. I never would have guessed. No, I like how my permadeath first playthrough format dictates whether I can play sequels too. Like, because I failed Destiny 1, right, first playthrough permadeath of Destiny 1, I can't play Destiny 2 now, or like The Last of Us 2. Well, not that I didn't do The Last of Us 1, but I didn't do it on Grounded. That was, I kind of have a higher standard. I tried to do that so many times, and for whatever reason, I just never could do it. So I was using that almost as an unlock condition. But yeah, GTA, I don't really want to do RP. I find it kind of annoying. The way that the community around it is like, I don't know. Maybe I should try it, but again, a lot of the better communities you can't get into with like, what does that mean? Stream uptime. Why do I not remember ever seeing that before? But no, either RP or like, is anybody actually just playing the game normally? Because it's weird that that's the case. Like, oh yeah, GTA 5 is so popular, but it's not actually for the game itself. If you take away RP, right, which is like a third party kind of thing that's still on its own servers and NoPixel and fan communities and stuff like that. If you take that away, right, how many people are not doing RP? Or I mean, I guess online too, they could just be doing, but NoPixel, like, it's too much of a, it turns into like what Among Us did, right, where it's like a closed reality TV show that's for streamers by streamers. It doesn't feel as you could say, oh, you just say that because you're not a big streamer, but no, there's a principle behind it. Like, it doesn't feel entirely organic. And Among Us is actually a really good example, because I always use this as a way to show this tendency. Among Us had been out for several years, right, before it started to really trend and be popular, and there wasn't like a major update or anything. So Among Us had been out for years, and it wasn't really that popular in the streaming space or anything like that, right? And then suddenly somebody does it, like PewDiePie and a group of friends or whatever, right? Some streamer does it and it does well, and then everybody starts doing it. So now it turns into like a reality TV show where these celebrities just get to play together and talk together and whatever. And that's it. So it's like, it wasn't the game. Like, oh, we're playing it because it's a good game. Of course, we like the game, even though it had been out for years in an unchanged state relatively, right? It didn't get too many updates. So if you really liked it genuinely, you would have done it before. So it's obviously just you're jumping on the bandwagon. You're just using it for content. That's a good way to kind of expose that. Overwatch 2, I actually wouldn't mind playing again. I guess because I failed my permadeath first playthrough of that, where I go through every character until I lose a game. Right, I wouldn't mind doing that. League, I always was flirting with the idea of doing that, but man, it's really... I feel like it's a game that loses its identity over time because it's probably so bloated now, right? I mean, I'm sure it's still good, but like it's I don't know. It's one of those things. There was a project like League of Legends Classic kind of a thing, right, where that'd be such a good idea. There was some fan kind of game that was trying to do that, and I don't know how. Old map, old jungle 3 years ago. There's like a name for it though. Which probably they were shut down. But I love when companies do that. They'll shut something down, but then they'll also like they won't do it themselves, right? Doesn't that show the demand? Okay, I don't mind if you shut down a private server of some MMO or whatever. Right, but you should release it then yourself. Meta wouldn't be the same. Meta is not what champions are strong, what we understand about the game, how we should play in order to win. But yeah, like old school League of Legends would be cool to play. I would be so on with doing that in terms of, wait, how do you even explore it though? Is there a way to play old? Download a previous version from up to... Wait, what? Wait, but that probably wouldn't work. Experiencing League of Legends as it once was. And it's not even like one of those things like, oh, let's go past one expansion because we don't like this overpowered meta now. I'm talking about like really from 10 years ago, 12 years ago. I don't remember exactly when I even played it. It felt like 2009 to 2012 range, and I didn't play it a ton either, but just, I loved Kale. For this week, there's some people trying to make one happen. Yeah, it was like Chrono something. I can't remember. Chrono Shift. Yeah, I remember that. Right, and again, you're rooting for it in concept, but the real purpose of stuff like that is just to show the interest. Like, not saying that they should really do it as fans, but it shows you that people want to do it. They want to see it, and then if not, then, you know, you take it down, but then you're obligated to do it yourself. Was shut down around a year ago. I played around 150. Oh, so it did actually release, though. Not something you would do on stream, though. Obviously, I'm just kind of curious. I wish I could say it was a pleasure. Current project, blah, blah, blah. But stands by request to shut the project down. Again, I don't mind that you're shutting it down. It's your IP. You have all the right to it. But shouldn't that be a wake-up call, right? You think you do, but you don't. Isn't that a wake-up call that maybe you should also have it as an option to play? Counter-Strike 2, I only played like once, obviously, but it's almost indistinguishable from... It got kind of confusing because they go, okay, Counter-Strike, the original, but then there's Global Offensive, then there's 2. So like at some point, Global Offensive became 2, I guess, and I don't know what really the major differences were, but yeah, Overwatch 2 is good. It doesn't mean I necessarily have to do all of them or go in order. Minecraft, I've never really played a substantial amount, so I kind of wanted to do that Fortnite OG thing at some point. That's still relatively in its early stages. Valorant, I played very little. Dota 2, I tried the one time and got destroyed by what felt... Maybe this is more popular than I give it credit for. I swear, I played it in a time where... Maybe I played like... I don't remember. I played it when it felt like it was almost dead. And I feel like, you know, you're playing your first game and you're playing against like level hundreds. You know, people who have played like tryhards since the game came out every day, like that kind of thing. Rivals. I mean, you see that there's like a bias. Like, let's analyze this psychologically. Just chatting is in its own little weird world, but like this is like multiplayer streamer bait reality TV show type stuff. This is obviously multiplayer focused, team based, multiplayer esports focused, multiplayer. Like, there's a bias towards that clearly. This one kind of bleeds the line in between. I'm not sure exactly what OnlyFans. This is gonna be all hardcore. I kind of resent how that became such a gimmick, but I like the whole, lack of self-awareness that the community really has. Like, oh, we think we want it, but in reality, they didn't really want it. And then, oh, we have this cool little gimmick of, oh, hardcore, as if to flex or show off. You don't realize that you could have always done that. Like, if, me personally, as somebody who loves permadeath runs of games in general, right? And have always done them for decades, like, oh wow, there's this new gimmick called hardcore where you get to show it off through an add-on, or you get to show it off as a streamer, content creator, whatever. So now that makes it so much more fun to play classic WoW. Assuming you couldn't have done that to begin with, right? You could have always played it like that. You didn't need an add-on. You didn't need to show it off. You could have just self-enforced, and done that as a fun challenge among many other things. If you do some other challenge, that's a good psychological thing, actually. Like, if you do some other challenge, like, oh, I'm going to say I'm a hunter who can't use a bow or a gun, right? And then people will ridicule that. Like, oh, why are you playing like that? Or, oh, haha, he doesn't know how to use a bow or a gun. He's stupid. But it's like, that's a self-imposed thing that you're doing. It's like, oh, that's so random. That's so weird. Meanwhile, they're doing hardcore, which, again, before it became established like this, that would have seemed random or weird too. So it's like, taking that initiative and making a format out of it is your choice. Like, there's so many interesting things you can do with games that people just don't do. Rainbow Six Nightmare was telling me to play that the other day, I think. I played that only once. I really didn't understand it to a degree. Like, it was so chaotic and I don't know. Kingdom Come Deliverance. I don't feel like this is a multiplayer game, is it? I mean, I guess it must have a mode like that, but I feel like this is a strength only. That's the kind of thing I would do. Yeah, this might just be... this seems more like a single player kind of game. But no, I'm not going to buy stuff just left and right like that. I guess I could have chosen that instead of Avowed, but that was a real disappointment because it really hurts when it's a game that's so good like that. That seemed like, right up my alley. And now I can't play it again for 6 months to a year, which is like fucking horrible. Right, that was my February game that, like, every month I'm picking one new game to do a permadeath first playthrough of. Teamfight Tactics. Why you show that fat, sad face for the cover, though? Escape from Tarkov. Also, I didn't really get how it works. Some of these games, like, work better with some organized community sort of thing behind them, so they seem different. Like Rust, DayZ, and that. Right, if you just go in as a random player, I feel like it might not be quite as enjoyable for you. Right, where you basically feel like it might just be sort of random, or it'll just be a bunch of griefing or just whatever, wandering around, unless you do it in like an organized sense, and a lot of stuff will be run by sort of communities that are established. The Isle is kind of something I've never played to do with dinosaurs. Let's see, Rainbow Six, Call of Duty, Warzone I haven't played. Apex, like a lot of these I played, but I played them very little. Like, I don't do just chatting very often. GTA 5, obviously I beaten, done the permadeath run off. I played the online a little bit, but I guess, it would be up to me. Like, if I say, okay, I'm doing this because it's there, right, it's part of this format, but I wouldn't have to do RP, but maybe I'd try to do it. It feels like you'd have to commit to it too. Like, you'd have to do the same server over and over, and you'd have to really, I don't know. It's sort of my kind of thing historically, but sometimes the community can be the worst part and it can kind of be annoying. Overwatch 2 I played a little bit, obviously. This I only played once. This I played a little bit back in the day. This obviously I played in certain form, but not retail. They should really have different categories for this. Like, it's 90,000, but some of them are playing retail, some of them are playing classics, vanilla, whatever. Minecraft I barely played. Fortnite I haven't played too much. Valorant I barely played ever. Like Dota 2 I played only maybe like once or twice. Marvel Rivals, that was a real missed opportunity with like the re-release of Warcraft 3 too, wasn't it? Where they should have brought back the original Dota mod basically and made that more popular in online, functionality. But just like with Red Dead did come out on PC finally, the original, but then it doesn't have online. Like, you're missing the whole fucking point that could have been such a big deal. Give people a chance to play it who never got around to it. Yeah, Rivals is new. It was kind of okay, but it felt sort of too similar to these other games in generic. Like, imagine losing out to Overwatch when you just came out, but it could be that there's some tournament or something going on. Drops enabled. I hate that fucking how overused that is. This is a new game. Rainbow Six I played like just the one time. A lot of these I played only on my Flex format. Like, I play them every Saturday. I was doing that in 2023 and 2024, where I would play a game I've never played before once on a random Saturday just to try it. Right, so that I guess I did do Counter-Strike as part. No, I did that on like the whatever Wednesday thing, but so COD I haven't done. Again, I'm trying to avoid stuff that maybe I haven't done. Dead by Daylight I also did in that format. Apex. The problem with some of these games sometimes, even though it's a good thing that they can be so competitive, is that it'll be like people who play them all day, every day, the same one over and over, and then it's like, like I could do that to people in chess where, because I played it a certain amount at least, or whatever, just because I'm naturally so good, I could clown you, but it's like, if you would put in that much time, you would be better too. So they'll play the same game over and over and act like, oh, look how good it is, that I'm better than you. But, if you just go in and just play it randomly, it's not quite the same. So Apex I barely played. Dead by Daylight I only played the once. Sports is just very general. You could be playing a sports game and put it in here, or you could just be, watching sports. Or use the actual individual category like a VTuber shit. Basketball all day. But no, I did do that. There was a category called, I couldn't find it actually, I was just looking for it, like Super Bowl party. And it wasn't like a very big category, but somehow that must have helped me get a lot of views for that. I was kind of shocked by it. I just did it on a whim where I reacted to the Super Bowl right live. And I didn't show any of it. I was just, talking through it. And that got like 300 plus views on the VOD, 300 plus unique viewers on the video. The Isle I've never played. Black Ops 6 I've never played. A game about digging a hole. Okay. Rust again, I only did in that one time. The Flex format. I wouldn't mind doing like an NBA 2K series again. I always love doing that with I wish it was more playable on PC. And it wasn't so shitty there, because I always hate using console to stream. It's kind of a pain, but the PC versions are always badly ported, or they don't work right somehow. It's a disappointment because pretty good. Just never buy VC. You can't let them win, but still buy a $70 game every year. Refunded it crashing. Like, I don't know why that's so hard for them to do. And you might use that against PC and say, oh, see, that's why PC sucks. But it's not, because that's just poor optimization. By that logic, if a game was released on PC and then ported poorly over to console, right, that wouldn't be an argument against console. That just means it's a bad port, right? Teamfight Tactics I played the one time. I'm shocked how popular this actually is. I don't get it. I hate these kind of auto battler things where you keep stacking up the same minion over and over. I'm not a big fan of it. Rocket League is very fun. I played it maybe a couple times. Escape from Tarkov, I played the once as part of that format. Like, the majority of these, yeah, it's like, which ones did I play as part of that format? This one I did a whole series on, where I was trying to reintroduce sort of my permadeath multiplayer gauntlet thing, where again I go through, like, I did that in Smite, I did that in League, I think I did that in League at some point back in the day, but like, which ones have I done on this channel? I did Overwatch 2, I did Smite, I did something else, like I just played through every character until I lose a game. This one I did on like the Wednesday format. This one I just did, obviously. I was doing it with that permanent gauntlet too. Like I played as 6 heroes, maybe in the first episode, and lost. It was like 5 of them. Basically kept switching when I lose. This one I did in the Saturday format. This one I did in the Saturday format. This one I probably did in that too. This one I did. Rocket League I did as a random one, just whatever. Wednesday kind of revisiting stuff. Slots. I thought they got rid of this though. Wasn't there the whole article about that? And or maybe it's like, wait, 15K, but where they're not even showing up. The point is maybe not involving real money, but I swear they got rid of that. There was a whole articles and stuff about it that I was seeing, how they were banning it and stuff, and XQC getting all mad about it because he's obsessed with it. ASMR is something I almost did unintentionally back in the day with respect to, you know, just my more quiet, whispery voice, which you can't really tell now. I wonder if they'd have some problem if you played the original, or isn't that what they're even doing here? Oh shit, Tyler once playing this? Why? Snowfall's Rise Top. Huh. Being There won that. IRL. Now see, this gets confusing too between IRL / just chatting. Like, what would be the distinction? Let's see how they actually do it. And you might think, oh, why am I stalling this out so long? But this is literally, that's the category I'm doing because that was number 1. Right. I might as well just indulge it, but I don't really know what to do for it either. Like, the way it would describe this is you'd have to be like physically out and, you know, touching grass, haha. And then like it'd be something physically you're going out and doing, whereas just chatting could be like what I'm doing here, where you're not showing anything in real life. Let's see. We gotta have it rubbed in our face that we failed Avowed. Virtual casino. See, this maybe you could get away with because if it's not real, right? You're not really, or maybe it is. Like you're not spending real money. And it's not something I really care about, but oh god, crypto. Do not copy trade. Oh god. Yeah, let's get the Hawk 2 a coin and see the drama with that. Like, bro, don't blame the people doing it. Blame yourself if you're stupid enough to invest. Anime Squad, I don't even know what this is. Is this a game or is it? Yeah. Yeah, I've never even heard of this. Like, it shows you how out of the loop I am. How is this so popular? Like, what is this? Or you can't even play it. What? Coming soon. Well, how are people playing it then? What? They're just maybe talking about it, or they're maybe using this category incorrect. Like, what is this category? These are all people sitting around. Are they maybe discussing it, or what the fuck is this category? Maybe they're mistaking what the category means, like people who are into anime. Oh, Anime Squad, go, you know, wild. But it's literally meant to be a specific game that they're talking about. Was that Vidal? Vidal and Gohan playing baseball. That's like strong Lois Lane vibes. The whole Great Saiyan Man and Vidal storyline. Right, like Dragon Ball copied Superman, which in a lot of ways, obviously, is similar. Hearthstone, I'm surprised to still see doing so well. Yeah, I might skip some of these if I'd have to buy them. Elden Ring, I'm in no hurry to get around to. Art, I guess I could have done my channel art review in this. Not that I'm much good at drawing, but I'm good at coming up with ideas for it. Right, which is a weird thing, but it's kind of like, you know, I always use that analogy. James Cameron didn't do all the effects himself, but official Yu-Gi-Oh! Marathon. Okay, dude. So these are like just... They don't even adequately describe the categories. Like, they just... It is what it is, always on like somebody who's doing like 24-hour streams or something. Since 218. DJs. I mean, some of these are just weird, man. I should almost force myself to do that, where I have to do something in each category somehow. I don't know exactly how I would do it, but Destiny 2, obviously I can't play because I failed Destiny 1 permadeath, And Tibia, I'm kind of shocked. Sometimes it's just like one big streamer who happens to be doing it that makes it a big deal, but this was a game that was really good. And see, this guy, I should report. He's not allowed to do this because you can't stream original servers. You can't do it, right? You can't. That's something even I would like to do, but you can't do it, as far as I'm aware. Right? I'm not trying to be a stickler or a dick. A lot of people are doing it, but they could get banned or in trouble or whatever. If I forget the NC Soft or no, not NC Soft. Who makes this? Whatever. Whoever makes the game could come after you for it. A lot of people are on those. Like 7.4 means it's like a vanilla older server. But yeah, that would be more so the retail current version of the game. And of course, I played that one time also, I think, on the Saturday format. DayZ. The one game that I always missed out on was the H1Z1 in its original form. But people always said that was so good. Music, very general, very broad, as if the DJ thing couldn't fit into there. A lot of VTuber sightings that we get. GeoGuessr is kind of cool. I'm not very good at it. Yeah, maybe I should do that. Well, it's not that I'm going in order of these anyway. I haven't played that in a while. Kind of just trying to give myself ideas. PUBG, I played a decent amount here and there. I never played Ascended. Obviously, I failed the permanent first playthrough of that. The Survival Evolved. Project Zomboid, is this even multiplayer? That's kind of my question with a lot of these. Like, it would have to be because alone or an MP. Because a vast map. Like, you know, a lot of these are going to be multiplayer. Like, any single player game that's on here is kind of impressive because there seems to be such an advantage otherwise. And why are these kind of out of order? High to low, but look at this. 8.2 versus 10.5. It might have changed as I'm looking through this, but Roblox I was just doing, so. Yeah, that's just kind of to give me ideas of stuff to do. It doesn't mean I have to do it in some exact order, but we're doing just chatting. It would be kind of cool to do that though. Like you go through and let me actually try that though. Can you just play it like without logging in or anything? Because I don't really want to do that. Or maybe I should indulge it. Yeah, maybe what I'll mean is like it has to be one of the top categories that well, whatever. I don't know how I meant to do this because I don't even have like GTA 5 installed, or I barely have enough room on my computer because I have so many VODs and stuff saved. So I don't know. I don't feel like dealing with that right now if I was to try to go in order. Let's see here. Create an account. I might have one with this email, but I'm not sure. Let me see here. Yeah, some of these things I almost feel like doing it in a just chatting category is acceptable. Like, they got mad at Alex Botez when she was doing chess in a just chatting category, but it's a case where you know, something like GeoGuessr, when it's just like a browser game, I wouldn't feel the need to actually use the category. Single player, multiplayer, maybe I should try, you got 3 free locations left to play today. Let's see. It says right there, Papua New. Oh no, maybe that's just a general. This is so impossible to figure out sometimes. Like, how am I supposed to know where this is? Could be literally anywhere. He's pointing at what, the Google car who's taking pictures of this shit? I have no idea. Like, you gotta find like a sign of something. I guess you shouldn't stay in one place. It could be Europe. It looks like somewhere between Europe and maybe Russia. Like, this would give you an idea. This could literally tell you what it is. It'll say on there where you are, right? This is the cheat. Just find a sign, but I can't quite see what that is. And I can't tell what language it's in either. Like, what if I just choose? Okay, it's Russia. Oh, I was kind of right. I was kind of close, I mean. Okay, next round. I mean, it's so hard. Like, it's impossible. Like, nobody can actually do this consistently. Right, they'll be, or that's really what it is. You're trying to look for the one clue that's going to give it away. Why does this one look so clear and crisp? This looks like so beautiful. Quality, right? Some of them look so shitty. I don't know exactly where this could be. Or yeah, they're trying to censor certain things. Like that would tell you right there. B. Verboten. What could that be? German, or it's obviously somewhere in Europe. If I knew the language, I guess it would be telling you, right? Like, it's not gonna say like, oh, you're, well, you might see a flag. That's often one of the biggest tells, right? You got these little trams. I mean, it's obviously somewhere in Europe. I just don't know exactly what country it would be. And this is telling you actually the name of a place. I just don't know where that is. So it would be Luxembourg. I don't fucking know. And like, how exact does it really want you to be? Like the exact town. Damn it. This one doesn't feel like it should be that difficult, but gotta be like a flag somewhere that's gonna tell you. It is probably, I don't know, Denmark, Belgium compared to Denmark. Okay, I'm at least relatively in the right vicinity with these. This one definitely looks like Africa, but I don't know exactly where. Total Energies. I don't know, man. These are all so vague. Yeah, do they give a royalty to like Google Maps for all this? Because Danger Patrol, look at how that's written on there, like a little kid with a marker. Why does that look so shitty? The first one, at least. Mama can, but I mean, you could Google any of this shit and find out, but one of these things will just tell you, right, what it is. Like, oh, the best food in Uganda. Oh, so now we know where we are. I swear, everybody would always find like a flag or something. Oh, that's a pretty nice view, though. I don't know, bro. It's too hard. Genuinely, I don't know how people guess this exactly right. You'd have to find it. Oh, here we go. National Bank of what country? Tell me the name. Or maybe they'll be clever to... This is like one of those things, you know, in a detective show. Like if you're Patrick Jane, the mentalist, or Sherlock Holmes or some shit, you would find like a little clue that would tip you off. I'm looking for it too simply. Like I expect it to just be a flag or just tell me outright. A lot of stuff is written in English, but I don't know. Okay, I'll go to Botswana for some reason. Look, I'm in the right continent, okay? Like, what do you want me to say? I don't see how you could know it with such certainty, though. No free location left to play. Can I play multiplayer then, or what? Whatever, I don't even really want to play it. I was just doing that as an example. But... and that can be pretty fun, but it seems really hard. I don't know how you could do it. Like, with any degree of certainty. I'm just curious. Like, what do people do, man? Yeah, those two will overlap a lot. Elon Trump dual interview. Like, between IRL slash 100+ hour marathon, like IRL slash just chatting, right, would be basically the same thing. This looks kind of cool. What is that? Well, I guess I don't want to steal somebody else's content. Almost died. Story time. So yeah, that's what this session was meant to be. I kind of want to do that actually, low key. We'll do like one session of each, not in order, like not necessarily that I'll do it every day, but this could be like a little mini series. I'll go through and I'll indulge, let this sort of decide for me So we've done just chatting. So if that's the next number one next time, then I won't do it again, right? So we just have to do this as a filler category just to say we did it. But no, we could do GTA 5. Like, how much space do I even have? Let me see. It ends up being way too fucking big, that game. Right, I have 165 gigabytes, and I don't even have hardly anything installed on here. Right, I just even uninstalled Avowed. I have too many videos that I have to upload that I always have sitting around. So it's too hard for me to have too much space. So I can have like one game at a time. Albion Online I also did as part of my permadeath, or my, well, it was a permadeath first playthrough too, but it was my Saturday format where I called it the flex format. Basically, I was trying to play games that I never got around to, typically MMOs and online games, because they are always changing and evolving and updating. So I feel like I would have missed out. So I make a point to try to play them, and potentially ones that are about to go offline. Not that that is, but Dark and Darker. This seems kind of cool, actually. Is this free? It's not. I love the graphic style of it. Like, I've seen little images of it, but I try to keep myself in the dark relatively. See, retro now is a broad category, like chess, right? Where it just says chess, and it's like, where even is chess on this? This should be fucking have at least 5K viewers or something, dude. And I'll maybe skip some of the slots ones to do with that, but you would think you should be able to do. But no, like, this is a broad category. Retro isn't a game, it's a category of game. Like, it's stupid how they do this. Yeah, talk shows and podcasts, just like just chatting. Like, I don't know. A lot of the categories overlap, and it's just weird. But yeah, or like, we should play a guessing game. Like, let's look up the game Ashen and see like how many people. It doesn't even show up. Oh yeah, did this ever come out? Let me look up one thing, like gambling streams on Twitch, because I thought they had ended those. But no, let's play a guessing game. So Ashen is like some obscure little game that's like an open world hybrid between Dark Souls and Breath of the Wild or something. So let me guess how many viewers it has. I'll say like 50. Right, and it might have 0. It has 0. Fuck me. It's actually pretty good too, but I never finished it. It's a cool concept, really, and I would have loved to see what this developer did from there, but I don't think they did anything, actually. It was such a good idea. Like, it's simplistic art style, but whoa, wait, did this get like a review bombed? 3.0. Oh no, I was gonna say, I was thinking like almost 3 out of 10. But no, there were some really cool things about it. One thing, again, I hated that you couldn't pause it, and my even little hack pause add-on, scam warning for co-op, does not work and the developers know it. Okay, I don't care about that anyway, but I'm sure it would have worked at some point. Action RPG about a wanderer in search of a place to call home. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, who's the developer? It is A4. Right, A4 bundle. What is the other thing that they did then? Flintlock Siege of Dawn. And this is a company that also makes movies. Annapurna. What is that Flintlock thing? The Siege of Dawn. This game, I'm not logged in, and I don't want to lie about my age either. I don't want to show my age, so whatever. When did this come out? This might have been something similar. Action role-playing game. It's sort of hard to explain why I like that. It's sort of minimalistic and just, I don't know. It did some pretty good things with the open world. Actions of creation, you need to take on the MMO experience. Why is it so dead, though? Or maybe it's not really officially out yet. Join the alpha. Some of these games are just stuck in development hell for fucking ever, too. I hate that. Like, oh, it'll be beta 10 years later, so if you criticize it, oh, it's still in beta, so you can't say anything. I just want to see the rules on this. Twitch isn't banning it completely, will only not allow luck-based gambling. So, oh, really? Oh, but even for not that it won't allow them, but even then qualify further from casino website that don't demonstrate sufficient consumer protection measures and appropriate licensing. Okay. How much does 1K views on Twitch pay? It's such a weird category that like that never used to be a consideration. Oh yeah, that's also something I wanted to do, like a sports gauntlet where I like go through a whole bunch of old school sports games, Maddens and stuff that I never played, you know, potentially stuff like that. I always make fun of Mario Kart though, because it's like, who wants to drive at a speed the same as or slower than what you would go in real life? You know, like F-Zero or Sonic, or at least you're going faster, 1,000 miles and stuff. Whereas here you're able to, you know, Mario Kart, you're going so slow. The 2K25 I wouldn't mind doing. See, I like seeing ones like this. Like, I don't know what these games are. And so this would be sort of fresh to try, especially if they're free. See, this is one of those examples. Like, this game would not be there ever normally, right? 306 followers. She is single-handedly the only person playing it. And so, you know, it's deceptive. It doesn't mean that category is actually doing well. It means that she's single-handedly putting it on the map at this moment, and any other time it'd be dead. Right, so she just gave a free advertising, and that's the kind of power the streamers have, that maybe she's getting a sponsored stream for it, but generally it's a case where, you know, it does not representative always of the category itself. Games plus demos. Oh yeah, yes, of course, games. Like, that wouldn't apply to literally every fucking thing on this site. Like, some of these are just so broad and generic. Genshin Impact, I'm impressed by how well that does, and I don't know how much of an online multiplayer type of scene this really has, but it's still so popular. Either way, VR chat is kind of the sort of thing that could be banned. Like, oh, if Omegle is banned, why not this? Something around the corner. This is kind of similar to Rec Room, I think, in the sense that you just kind of wander around and play random games. There's something like that I had wanted to play and I can't remember. There's like this little subgenre of these mini games, almost like what you can do in Roblox, but like Rec Room, this Lethal Company, old school RuneScape. That's something actually that I'd be very interested in trying, but right, that's the case where I've never played it very much, at least. Animals, aquariums, and zoos. I just love seeing some of these categories. Like, it's cool that Twitch has become this broad, but it's also a little odd. Marvel Snap actually doing pretty well on here. This is a game that I just genuinely can't even comprehend how they fucked it up so bad. Like, that 6-turn rule is just garbage. I don't care what anybody says, it's trash. Escaped. Maybe there's some other game mode that I'm just missing, but I don't understand. Call of Duty, that's like the original. I wouldn't mind going back through those and doing a permanent first playthrough of the campaign in a lot of them. Genshin Impact, I played like maybe twice. Once for the or actually that wasn't part of the flex format. I just played it randomly on my old channel, and then I played it here on like Whatever Wednesday, which that's just like a random thing. The difference between that and the Saturday format is more like the Whatever Wednesday is usually stuff that I have played before. Monopoly would actually be pretty fun to do, but I don't, you know, playing against random people can be kind of weird, because then like, oh, they'd expect you to video chat, and that's kind of cringe to do. Imagine talking while playing a game, says me who's streaming, but you know what I mean. It's like Overwatch ranked in the Monopoly. But yeah, like, I don't know how some of this works really. As far as what? Well, how are you playing it then? You must have bought it before and you can still play it. But no, like, I don't want to have to deal with all that. Like, I just want to play it against other people. And Horror Escape, Upstream, Carry the Glass, Halo Infinite, Binding of Isaac, Repentance, like a million fucking Sons of the Forest. I guess at first when I heard about this, I didn't know whether it was associated with the forest. Right, which maybe I still don't know, but the text is the same, so I guess you'd have to assume it. Lost Ark I also did on that Saturday format. Terraria I pretty much never played. Path of Exile 2 I just did for my January new game permadeath thing. Right, so like for February we just did yesterday Avowed and I died. Madden 25. I should definitely try one of these, but I also want to try an older one at some point. Hazing Night Shift, some random horror game. I guarantee you this is like one big streamer doing it. What a guess, right? Not something that would typically be up here. Magic the Gathering is surprisingly low. Like, why is this doing worse than... Imagine Magic is down bad. Using some F-Zero style fucking expansion art here, but it's a case where imagine being lower on the totem pole than literal... And this, again, this combines real life over-the-board tournaments... Magic Online, Magic Arena, every version of it combined. Imagine being worse off than Marvel Snap. That's how you know you're in trouble. Fire Red, Leaf Green, probably some sort of a speed run or something. Monster Care Simulator. I like seeing just single player games that are on here that are like, is this a game or is this like some sort of activity that people are doing? Right, like to take it literally that they're sleeping. I don't get it. No, it is a point and click adventure game. What? Or it says it is. I don't understand. I'm only sleeping. Reality on the norm. I don't get it. As far as I can see, the genre appears correct. Despite what people are using the category thing is the game from a decade ago. Yeah, they might be using it literally for that. This is like what, some sort of flash game, or how do you even do this? What the fuck is this? Yeah, I was wondering, like, is this something that actually was being... After waking up in the middle of the night, Simon begins to... looking for a way to help him get back to sleep. It'd be worth playing for almost that reason alone. Like, look how much coverage this actually is getting. Right, just because people actually want to sleep. And act like that's a legitimate form of content, which apparently... You know, there used to be such hard rules on, like, going AFK even. Where you would just oh, you can't go AFK without putting up a channel art, like a banner like this. But now it's like you can just be asleep for 12 hours and be streaming and whatever. But yeah, this was a pretty unmotivated thing where I didn't know what I really wanted to do. But yeah, I did do the first category technically on here, so I wasn't wrong for doing that. Sally Face, Monster Care Simulator, and Deadlock. I don't know what some of these things even are. Simpson Hit and Run. I don't know why it keeps flickering like that. Time Guesser. What is this? Simulated historical and geographical knowledge. Okay, this is like a different take on the I mean, if you just know the languages, you could always... Where's my mouse? Oh, yeah, I'll say it's 1975 and it's somewhere in Europe. I'll just go by continent. Like, I don't know where in the continent, dude. You were 7 years off. Where is it? Turku. What the fuck? Finland. Versus... So just, whatever. If I get the continent, I'm happy with it. Like, how am I supposed to know that based on otherwise just the language? This you can just judge almost by the camera quality. Like, this would have to be, you know, somewhat recent. Maybe this also seems like Europe. Or no, wait, some of these cars make you question it, but let's put it into here, I guess. I don't really know. You were 12 years... Oh, wow, that's even more recent. This is near Ukraine. Okay, bro. Around 3 out of 5. See, whenever the video quality is this high, like, fuck it, we'll just go up to there. This also looks like sort of Europe, I guess. Bon voyage, Paris. Now, does that mean you're in Paris, or does that mean it's telling you about going to Paris? Right, like, I don't know. That'll be right on the nose. That'd be way too. You were 4 years off. You were 1,000 miles. So it's an ad. That's a great bait trick, right? It's talking about going to Paris, but that doesn't mean you're in Paris, right? Otherwise, there'd be no need. This looks like an image out of Les Samurai or some shit. This has got to be, you know, might be right around there. I almost want to say France or Italy. I don't know. But yeah, the fact that it's in black and white gives away the time period a little bit. You were 20. How the fuck? Why are they using this ugly ass camera in 1984 then? And where is this? This is in like almost Turkey. What the fuck? Istanbul. This is I mean, the flag would give it away, but I don't understand because of the fact that, bro, what happens to my mouse over here? It literally, I can't see it. I don't know what to do. The fuck is going on? Okay, I'll go with the base 1962 default 24 years off. And that was, obviously, I'm just trolling. 19,566 out of 50,000. That is pretty fun, though. That one I've never actually seen before. Gary's Mod I haven't played in a while. I tried playing some chess stuff in there. Black Desert I played like maybe only once. EA Sports College Football. Smite 2 Beta, which of course I wonder where Smite itself is then. Mobile Legends Bang Bang. Stardew Valley I've never really played. Software and game development. Warframe. 7 Days to Die. This was like laggy as fuck. I almost would want to try this on PC. Or no, maybe that was the issue. What did I play it on? Because I did it as part of my like Xbox Game Pass Gauntlet. I think I did do it on PC, and that was the issue. So I should maybe try it on console, or I can't remember. That's clearly why I died in like my first, more like 1 day to die. I'll make it my own Flash game. Like Wormius made that pretty cool. I always forget the name of it. It's like a little puzzle solving game where you match the different blocks and everything. Arena Breakout Infinite. Party Animals. But no, I like some of these categories are just misused. One of my famous examples of that, Palia is like the casual AFK kind of MMO where you're just kind of chilling. Right, it's not very combat focused, even though there is some combat there that you're even seeing. But like I used Mother, right? Because I was trying to do the original Mother. And what? No, I'm looking for the category. I was looking for Mother as in like the original this, right? But I accidentally put this in and the picture wasn't there or whatever. Right, so I didn't know. So I was streaming in this category when I'm doing the original Earthbound, right, when I really meant to be doing this, which I don't think there was a category for this before at that point. This was a couple years ago, so there was Earthbound, but I chose not to do Earthbound because I wanted to do Mother to show that, okay, it's the original, because Earthbound would technically be like, Mother 3 is technically Earthbound, or I forget how it works, but whatever. Pokemon, that's very broad. Like, which one then, dude? Yeah, like, there's so many categories that overlap. Becoming the Yap Master. The Sims, I've never really played any of those. They could be kind of fun. Enshrouded was what? I heard about this a little bit and then I forgot. Co-op up to 16 players. The hard mode there would just be, okay, play solo, and then they'd expect you to do it with more players. Brawl Stars is what exactly? 3v3 Battle Royale. made for mobile, of course. World of Warships I haven't played. I like how there's like, you know, there'll be World of Tanks, World of Warships, World of Jets or whatever, and then there'll be one game that combines all of them, like War Thunder, right? But like you make one just split between what one game could have all different vehicles in it. Sea of Thieves, I wanted to do a series kind of on this at some point because I've never really played that. It seems like a good thing you could get a lot of solo value out of too. Could be a fun game to grief people and destroy their ships and stuff. I like when that's sort of encouraged by the game, or, you know, part of it. You're a pirate and you know, you put yourself at risk. Hunt Showdown. What is the subtitle though? I thought it was just Hunt Showdown. I don't remember the 1896 thing. But yeah, like look at the multiplayer bias that goes on with this, where, you know, any category that has to do with that is typically doing much better than anything else that's like a single player thing. Either relies on like one big streamer, like the way that coffee one was, or the fact that somebody's doing a speed run, or, you know, something, some old challenge. But this I played and I didn't really get entirely how it worked. No Man's Sky could be fun to look at again, I guess. But no, we've laid out a lot of good options that I could potentially do. What time is it? I guess I have time. If maybe I'll download GTA 5 and do something in there just for the fuck of it. Let me see if I can fit it. But yeah, this is a potential format I could do, and you shouldn't really do this while on stream because it'll fucking destroy my bitrate and stuff, but it shouldn't matter much. Let me see how long it would take, and let me see if I can delete some stuff. I don't know why I have so little space, actually, because I should literally have... I don't know, I don't have too many games on here. I just have a lot of videos and shit. I just did my Avowed video. I'll upload like tonight, I guess. Right, and then... that one ended on a very disappointing note. I mean... just because it's a permanent first playthrough doesn't mean it has to end on the first fucking episode. You have the Roblox video, chess video. Yeah, I don't really get it. I have a bunch of maybe these chess games to uninstall, so maybe I'll just do it and derp around in the single player, and then we can segue into doing like a little mini series with an online or an RP or whatever. And but yeah, that's where I'd stand up for like RPers, actually. Not even saying I'm so great or I'm anything special as far as being one, but I'm literally in a situation where I just let me see how big it actually is. GTA 5, and of course they never did any DLC for this either, with respect to 318 hours on record, which seems a little bit longer than one. Well, probably over a long period of time. Where do we do this here? It won't even let me download it. What do you mean? Let's go to my library. If you go to the Steam page, it's asking me to put a review and this and that. It won't let me actually just do it. 114 gigabytes. Like, what the fuck, man? Let me actually see how long this will take. I'll just let it run and see. Probably not a good idea, but maybe for the next stream I could do it. I should do some sort of challenge with it, or maybe I should try another permanent run. But I'm so washed up, I'll fucking even fail this, even though I call this one pretty easy. Take like an hour to do it. Yeah, I don't really feel like doing this on stream, I guess, but let me try to uninstall some shit. Will it let me do this while I wait? We have all these chess related games that I doubt are taking up too much space, but what else could we have on here that's taking up so much space? Battle of Polytopia, probably not that. Cat Girl Chess. I have a lot of junk chess games because I was trying to do my permanent gauntlet thing. Wait, 34%, how? Yeah, you can't even see what I'm doing right now. It's very odd because, okay, chess extra. I was doing a lot of these during the Super Bowl too, like I was showing this in the front, and I was just talking about the game because I obviously wasn't showing the game because that would be wrong to do, even though probably people always do it. Chess President, and you have Chess Ultimate that had kind of a goofy art style to it. Chesscraft is kind of good. A lot of these were demos. Chess Infinity or Chessfinity. There's got to be something. Death Note Killer Within. I don't know. Some of these games I don't like when they're sort of when you have to deal with other people. I find that very annoying. Deflection Prologue. What is this? That's like some sort of laser chess. Duck Game is apparently Adult Swim, which I didn't even realize. Duelist 2. Eco Chess with some of the cute little music and animals and stuff you can deal with. Skyrim Elemental. I think I played most of these, so I was playing each one until I lose a game, basically. Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I had done that where I died in Five Nights at Freddy first way through permadeath very quickly. Games for the table. Geometry Dash, Global Chess. Okay, GTA 5, 35%, which doesn't seem really right, but Guns Up, which they got rid of on mobile and not PC maybe, or maybe PC and not mobile, I forget. I had played that in the delisted thing, but Guns Up, more like Time's Up is what I called it. Immersion Chess, where you actually hit the clock, which I kind of like that idea. Infernal, my first time ever using a clock like that because I've never done it in real life. Kathy Rain obviously was nice. Kings and Savages. Maybe I didn't even play all these. I might have just downloaded them, but whatever, dude. A lot of them were sort of speed runs. That's what it's turned into. Like what is supposed to be a speed run, permadeath run, it turns into a speed run instead. Yeah, maybe I should just do that. Like I'll do just a regular permadeath run again of a game that Ninja Numpties. You know, I'll just take my time and see if I can recreate what was not a very impressive run at all anyway, just in like my third try of doing it. I guess maybe I should uninstall Path of Exile 2 then if I need the space. I just don't want it to be like the settings if I have to redo the settings, right? Like I'm uninstalling literally everything on my fucking computer, but I still don't have room. I don't get it. Guild Legends Royale, I think that one wouldn't even launch. Bell-sided, these are all like chess related, sort of. Table Ball, Champions, Ancient Chess. Toggle Tile, oh yeah, this is the one. Let's see if it's out yet. Time Chess was kind of cool, I remember that. Wait. Oh yeah, Toggle Tile, let me see the Steam page. I wish I was better at doing stuff like that myself, where I would come up with an idea like this, but I wouldn't be able to. 5 user reviews. It's a very cool idea. It was almost too mind-bending for me to handle, but that's just my problem for being a clown. Like I can't even handle an 8x8 board called chess, right? But that's one of those metagame min-max mentalities in chess. Like if you take something seriously enough, anything can seem difficult, right? Like chess in itself, oh, it's not that hard, it's not that complicated. But if you beat it to death, you could do that with anything. Like try that with, you know, any other board game, any other, you know, certainly people do that with like the shop system in League of Legends. Like, oh, you can turn that into a meta crazy complicated thing if you really want to. So yeah, I might set up to actually do, there's got to be something more I can do with it. Like I've already done a permadeath run, so is there what could be a challenge that I do? Like I'll do a permadeath run, but I'm not allowed to use the character abilities, or what could I do to make it more interesting or more challenging? Maybe there's some mod I could use. I actually don't even know how to mod the game. I think I tried doing it in the past with LSPD, FR, or whatever it was, but it didn't really work all that well. Well, whatever. It's not like I have to sit here the whole time it downloads. The good thing about the frame rate going down, though, is it doesn't matter because it's not going to, it's not going to matter because all you have here is my audio anyway. Yeah, maybe tomorrow I'll start that. So I could just do like a laid back permadeath run attempt of a game that I've already done like that, but just to show whatever that I can still do it. And I want to do like some other additional. Oh yeah, that's what I should do. I won't say I'll do the 100% permadeath like I did in GTA 4 World First, by the way, but I could do like a no mission fail run. So I can't fail a mission once, otherwise it counts as a death and a failure. Right, so permadeath plus, I don't know how many times I would have failed a mission there anyway, but that was just meant to be a normal permadeath run. GTA 5, obviously.